The Italians at Aprilia really want to keep the good news rolling for 2021, and after releasing 2 road bikes based on their new 660 platform, they are hard at work on an adventure bike, of course. It's not ready yet and it's full of yellow scaffolding, probably found at a local Italian hardware store, but at least Aprilia is working on it. Welcome back to Long Way Home, everyone. The place where getting your motorcycle news is easier than getting headlight fluid, but not by much. The Aprilia Tuareg, as it's been called, is the dirt-oriented model of Aprilia's new mid-weight 660 platform, and brand new spy shots have been taken showing us what the Italians are planning. Stick around. Now, you might wonder what this smallish, niche Italian motorcycle brand knows about building dual sport bikes, and that would be a fair question. Back in 1984, they launched the original Tuareg dual sport bike, which was intended to go head-to-head with offerings from other bigger manufacturers. The Tuareg was offered in a bunch of different engine configurations, ranging from a 50cc 2-stroke version up to a 600cc 4-stroke variant. These were the original Desert Raiders, the Paris-Dakar machines that started the whole adventure madness we are familiar with today. Production lasted about a decade, and instead of updating the models, Aprilia decided to drop them and concentrate on their street lineup, and as of today, the only off-road oriented bikes Aprilia is making are their SX and RX lines. So a bit of dual sport heritage there, and it makes complete sense for them to launch an adventure bike to compete with the Tenere 700, the KTM 890 and the BMW 850 GS, among others. Alright, let's take a look at the spy shots and see what Aprilia has in store for us. The first thing that jumps out are the wheels. Nothing says we're serious about off-road riding like a pair of 21 and 18 inches, so you can go pretty much wherever you want, and those are also married to cross-laced spoked rims, which means they are tubeless. Great start there. Brakes are also dual disc Brembos on the front, so Aprilia is not messing around with cheaper alternatives. Suspension travel also seems to be pretty long, which is exactly what you want for off-road adventures. Hopefully Aprilia also makes it fully adjustable as well. The engine, of course, is the same 660cc that is now powering Aprilia's new RS and Tuono. On those, it makes 195 horsepower respectively, expected to be tuned for more low and mid-range torque on the Tuareg, but 90 horsepower is a good number to have on your adventures. It is of course a twin-cylinder with a 2070-degree firing order, which means it will sound like an angry V2, and married together with the proper end can, the Tuareg will sing a lovely tune. Speaking of end cans, no, the one in the spy shots is definitely not the production model. It looks like a transformer from a third world country, and that yellow makeshift engine protector is obviously there for testing purposes. Since the new RS and Tuono are basically chock full of electronics, I would expect nothing less from the Tuareg. Aprilia likes to spec up its bikes to a premium level, so expect everything from riding modes to all sorts of wheelie control, slide control and other traction control derivatives. It seems that LED lights are all around, and hopefully that round single Cyclops headlight in the front isn't the full story, because it just ruins the entire front of the bike. In my humble opinion, Aprilia could have a unicorn on their hands, reviving the old rally raid glory days if they just do one thing and one thing only: keep the Tuareg extremely light. It's what every single dual sport rider will tell you if you ask them what is the most important thing on an off-road bike. Yamaha, for example, was supposed to be our savior when it comes to weight, but somehow they seem to have missed the mark, because 205 kilograms or 450 pounds is not a light bike. Aprilia can't really compete with other brands on their adventure expertise on price. They are premium bikes, and especially not on dealership networks, but a lot of this will be overlooked if the Tuareg is hands down the lightest bike in its class. Price-wise, I expect it to slot in somewhere between the Tenere 700 and the KTM 890 Adventure, but we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, why don't you jump in the comment section below and let us all know what you expect from Aprilia's new Tuareg. Well, that's the show for today, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming one of our patrons to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.